Good evening. Senate President Escudero says the House of Representatives has no power to defy the Senate impeachment court's orders. In a press conference on Wednesday, June 11, Escudero maintains that the Senate and House are not co-equal chambers in terms of impeachment talks. He points out that the Senate is considered the court in the impeachment process, while the House is the prosecutor.
Hindi kami magkapantay pagdating sa bagay na ito. Hindi ito House at Senate kung saan co-equal ang mga ahensyang yan. Sa parte ng impeachment, korte ang Senado, prosecutor ang Kamara. Wala sa lugar para sa akin ang Kamara na hindi sumunod sa ipinag-uutos ng impeachment court. Hindi ito parang BICAM na kailangan naming mag-agree. Ito'y kautusan galing sa impeachment court na nakatuon sa prosecutor na isa lamang partido sa kaso. Hindi magkapantay ang partido at ang korte saan mang kaso, saan mang parte ng mundo.
The senator judges took their oath and convened as an impeachment court on Tuesday, June 10. The impeachment court convened to decide on the motion made by Senator Bato de la Rosa. He sought to dismiss the impeachment complaint against Duterte, but hours after their deliberation, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano moved to amend de la Rosa's motion. Cayetano insisted that it would be better to return the articles of impeachment to the lower chamber. He asked the House to certify that it did not violate the constitutional provision stating that impeachment proceedings may be initiated against an official only once per year. Cayetano's motion prevailed in the court with 18 affirmative votes, 5 negative, and 0 abstentions. The House of Representatives prosecution team will seek clarification from the Senate before it accepts the articles of impeachment against Vice President Sara Duterte. In a press briefing on Wednesday, June 11, Luis Tro says the prosecution panel is confused at the Senate's order. The prosecution panel maintains that the articles of impeachment submitted to the Senate on February 5 were in line with the 1987 Constitution.
Medyo ang prosecution panel po ay nalalabuan dito sa naging order ng impeachment court kagabi. So we resolve to seek the clarification of the impeachment court. With respect to the first order about the certification pertaining to our compliance with the Constitution in filing the impeachment complaint, we maintain our position. Sumunod po kami fully and strictly to the requirements of the Constitution.
Luis Tro clarifies that the House is not defying the Senate's order. She says they are only deferring response or further action until after getting clarification from the Senate. The Senate convened as an impeachment court on Tuesday, June 10. 18 senator judges voted in favor of the motion introduced by Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano. He moved to send back the articles of impeachment against the Vice President to the House. Cayetano said this will ensure that constitutional safeguards and issues of jurisdiction were not violated. Only 5 members of the 23-person impeachment court opposed the motion. Protesters call out the Senate for delaying the impeachment trial against Vice President Sara Duterte. Hundreds of protesters gather at Jokno Boulevard in front of the Senate building on Wednesday, June 11. Protesters, led by groups that included Akbayan Party and Tindig Pilipinas, held their program that started around 1 p.m. on Wednesday. Akbayan Party President Rafaela David says they see the Senate's move as another stalling tactic to prevent the impeachment trial from pushing through. She considers the remand of impeachment articles as a violation of the Constitution. Meanwhile, another wave of protesters led by Bayan Muna and other sectoral groups arrived past 3 p.m. and held their program even amid the rain. Former Bayan Muna Representative Teddy Casino says the Senate's move shows the deep-rooted problems in the country's political system.
This is more than just an injustice. I think ito ay pagpapakita ng malalim na problema ng sistemang politika sa ating bansa. At tama lamang na labanan ang ginawang ito ng mamamayan dahil ang sinalaula dito ay isang proseso ng pagpapanagot sa pinakamatataas na opisyal ng ating bayan. At kung ganyan ang gagawin ng Senado, then asahan na natin in the future, mas magiging mahirap na magpatalsik ng isang corrupt na mataas na opisyal ng gobyerno.
The Senate convened as an impeachment court on June 10 after months of sitting on the impeachment complaint transmitted by the House of Representatives. However, 18 senator judges voted to return the impeachment articles to the House without dismissing nor terminating the case against Duterte. Only 5 senator judges voted against the motion. Meralco will slash electricity rates this June, marking the second straight month of decreases. Meralco on Wednesday, June 11, announces that the overall electricity rate will be cut by nearly 11 centavos per kilowatt hour in June. According to Meralco, the overall power rate is about 12 pesos and 15 centavos per kilowatt hour in June, down from around 12 pesos and 26 centavos per kilowatt hour in May. Meralco Vice President Joel Zaldarriaga attributes the lower rates this month to a lower generation charge. He notes that a typical household consuming 200 kilowatt hours may expect a reduction of around 22 pesos in their power bill this month. Generation charge usually accounts for at least half of electricity bills. Jimin and Jungkook are the latest members of BTS to be discharged from South Korea's mandatory military service. Jimin and Jungkook saluted and addressed fans who had assembled to see the pair after their discharge on Wednesday, June 11. Jimin shared how being in the military is not easy and praised the hard work of soldiers.
국민 여러분들께 감히 말씀드리자면은 저희가 군대를 와보니까 되게 쉽지 않은 곳이었던 것 같아요. 옆에 고생하시는 분들도 너무 많고 해서 혹시 괜찮으시면은 길 지나가다가 군인분들 한번 보게 되시면은 가볍게라도 따뜻한 말이라도 해주시면은 너무 영광일 것 같습니다. 추가로 못다한 얘기는 라이브에서 저희가 많이 풀도록 하겠습니다.
Jimin and Jungkook enlisted in December 2023, one day after RM and V did the same. RM and V were discharged on Tuesday, June 10. Jin was discharged in June 2024, while J-Hope was discharged in October last year. Suga is fulfilling his duty through an alternative form of military service. He will be discharged later this month. The 7 members of BTS plan to reunite as a group this year after they all finished their service. BTS will celebrate its 12th anniversary on June 13. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.